Chase Elliott is a NASCAR Cup Series champion. Great history here. Elliott moving to the rear for this race. By the way, 60 years ago, the first Cup start for Clint Boyer. So it's not all about scrambling and having an issue with Jeff Gordon back here in 2012. Let's hear from Clint a little bit, but you'll have a chance to win some of his money. Next stage two winners, the outcome of that, and a chance to win $10,000 down that you can play for free. Luke Miller of Instacart has this for all of us.
Welcome to the Instacart 500. Hi, I'm Luke Miller, Senior Director of Marketing here at Instacart. We are proud to sponsor this NASCAR Cup Series event at Phoenix Raceway. At Instacart, we like our groceries delivered the same way we like our drivers, lightning fast. So download the Instacart app, grab your favorite race time snacks, and in as little as 2 hours, you'll be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy a safe and exciting race.
Vast lands of emptiness. Skin harder to breathe. Unpredictable by nature.
It hasn't started yet, so it's just a commercial and stuff, so it hasn't started. They're going to do the ignition soon.
Never know what's coming next. Out here,
they're going to do the ignition soon, so we're just waiting for that. And meanwhile, let's talk about short track racing in the meantime.
We thank you for that. And we're on the grid getting ready with terrific weather, by the way. Sunny in the 60s, a little bit of breeze here. We're coming off, Michael, most competitive race of the year, 27 lead changes in Las Vegas. It's been a competitive season with 4 different winners, and none of them were favorites or Cup champions. You expect another kind of surprise winner today, or no?
Well, you could have. Matt Benedetto was impressive in Vegas, driving up through the field. He could be a guy I keep my eye on. But this track is going to be slippery, Chris. When the sun shines like it is on that traction compound and wears out, it's going to cause these crew chief challenges because the track is going to change all day long. Who's able to keep up with the best? I'm looking at the dirt racers. Kyle Larson, you know how good he was last week. He could be a guy to watch. Christopher Bell, Ricky
the only other NASCAR track besides
take the checkered flag today.
Tucson. Brad Keselowski starting on the pole, and the question is,
Speedway, Arizona.
Make it 3 in a row. Will we get a headliner at Victory Lane, a Cup champion? Here's the command.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome actor and host of Fox's Cherries Wild, Jason Biggs.
It's actually not a short track.
Oh, hey, I'm Jason Biggs, and I am honored to be today's Grand Marshal for the Instacart 500.
Sorry about
Catch
that.
me in an all-new episode of Cherries Wild tonight after the race. But first, it's time for the most famous word in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Biggs with a big command. We're getting ready to go green. We're live on Fox, and nice to have you with us live from Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people like Geico because it's just easy. Bundling, for example, you've got car insurance here and home insurance here. Why not? Put them together. Save even more. Some things are better together, like crumpets.
Short track racing,
just
I want to
anything,
try this out
like,
first.
say, a porcupine in a balloon factory. Now, that'd be a mess. I mean, for starters, porcupines are famously no good in the team setting.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance.
I mean, I just feel weird.
The chicken or the egg?
Oh, no.
The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
Millions are saying yes to Allegra, the #1 allergist-recommended non-drowsy brand. Allegra works 2 times faster than Claritin, and unlike Zyrtec, it's non-drowsy.
Let's see if I can find forward.
Okay.
Oh, I can't fast forward. All right.
These eggs are back, and we hit them somewhere you'll never find. Psych! We put them everywhere.
I got
Grocery
18
stores and
TTV,
supermarkets, gas stations, and chiropractors' offices, bowling alleys, and grocery stores, which we already mentioned. Not
I'm
sorry,
pretty sure that's the
racist.
seat.
It's a familiar story. Allergies ruining your sleep and next day too. Taking Xyzal at night relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose provides the same relief as Zyrtec at nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Xyzal at night.
I am a driver with a dream. And part of that dream is making all the doubters believe that my name belongs here.
Which is better, short track racing, local short track racing, or NASCAR National Series? Comment down below.
Because if you let your guard down, I will rise above. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
In the biggest moment, professional is everything.
The PBA Cheetah Championship, tomorrow at 8 Eastern on FS1.
That's like Grandma and Papa's music, that old music there. Why are they turning right in this thing? Are you kidding me? Is it like mirror view? Well, that's the problem. It has mirror view. I wonder why it looks like you're turning right. Sorry about that. I guess whoops. There we go. Hey, buddy. Let's get that.
Today they'll go around and around for 500 kilometers. It's the Instacart 500
Well, we can do it now.
on Fox.
That's like, let's see, 300 miles to get 300 miles. So we have 300 miles. Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be, I'd say it's 500 miles. But they made the races shorter now, because kilometers.
Between them now, 11 wins. Senator Hussein, yes, it is. 0 championships. And here is the rest of the field with all the big trophies and lots of them. So, them or them. Now, that's what we've got to sort out here. We've had 4 different winners, and some were surprises. What's not surprising is it seems Hendrick Motorsports has pretty much vaulted to the top of the pack right now. Convince me I'm wrong.
You're right. I'm going to say you're definitely right. But the question is, with these guys going to the back, that's the big story right now. How can they get up through the field and continue this dominance? Did they get their wings clipped? Hey, they went to the back for some reason.
Yeah, well, I think look no further than those first 7 cars, Mike. That's why Penske Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing. Gibbs has 5 wins between 2 of their drivers. So I really think that these 2 groups are going to make it very difficult for anybody else to come and win for the first time this year. But I do think we're going to have 5 different winners.
Yes. But it's time for the usual suspects to come to the front of the grid. Let's talk to one of them and get his take on the race today.
Hey, Kyle Busch, Jeff, up here in the Fox Sports booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got you, Jeff.
Man, been a while since we talked about you dominating, but last week I really saw a spark there at the end, the way you guys climbed back up to the front. Now you come to a track that you have won that 3 times. Is today the day that Kyle Busch gets back into victory circle?
I'd certainly like to think so. You know, these guys have been working really hard, and
again, I apologize. It looks like they're turning right, but they're really turning left. It's because of the mirror view. So I apologize for the mirror view. But I'm not going to spend money on equipment because I'm not doing YouTube as a job. Just I have it because when I'm bored, I do stuff on YouTube. So.
Always do.
Sure does.
Definitely still yellow. Not a handful of M&Ms.
It's a little different this time. So here's your Instacart starting grid. Brad Keselowski has finished second here twice, including last year. Last week's winner, Kyle Larson, will go to the back. Row number 2, Gibbs Toyotas for 2-time Phoenix winner Denny Hamlin and Daytona Road Course winner Christopher Bell.
Okay, now.
Then Mark Truex Jr., who's finished second at Phoenix, not quite the trophy. And Chase Elliott will also go to the back. He won here last November, of course, to win his championship. Kyle Busch in row 4, 3-time Phoenix winner, along with Ryan Blaney, who's riding a hot streak here. Last year's winner here. Seems like a long time ago, in the last normal race race of our season. And William Byron, the Miami winner, who will also go to the rear. The rest of our starting lineup will scroll across the bottom of the screen as we check in with our crew chief, Larry McReynolds.
You know, Mike, it's one of those races where you may not make a lot of pit stops, but it seems like teams have a lot of mistakes. 1 year ago, Chase Elliott, leading this race just past the halfway point, had to pit for a loose left rear wheel. Never really could recover from that. 19 pit road speeding penalties in the last 3 Phoenix races. Jamie Little, you make a mistake like that today, you may not recover.
Absolutely. Larry Mack, last November when we were here, many drivers said that Brad Keselowski was the fastest car. Well, Jeremy Bullins' crew chief agrees. He brought back a very similar setup for today's race. They have the number 1 pit selection right here, the number 1 starting spot today. Brad Keselowski, he's gone to victory lane here twice in Xfinity, never in the Cup Series race. Regan Smith.
Well, Jamie, perhaps nobody has more momentum right now than William Byron. Fast race cars at every track this year, including a win. But as we've mentioned, today he will have to fall to the rear of the field for failing pre-race tech 2 times yesterday. What does that mean? That means they are going to have to be perfect in all aspects. They're going to have a fast race car, and they're going to have to be great on pit road, both pit crew and drivers. So much so, crew chief Rudy Fugle was out here this morning, first thing, walking pit road to get all those timing lines just right for this afternoon's race.
Thanks, Regan. Some big names dropping to the field. 3 of the 4 Hendrick cars, Kyle Larson and William Byron, for inspection issues. This morning, something with the side skirts was noticed on the Chase Elliott car. He's also been sent to the rear. Quinn Houff also going to the back. Cody Ware, Garrett Smithley for a driver change on the 53. Is that a big hole to dig out of early on?
This is a tough place to pass on, Mike, but it's going to have to be done and executed flawlessly for them to do it.
Great thing for us, though. I'll tell you what, being able to watch this race, I'm looking forward to watching them guys.
Oh, yeah.
So your stage like 75, 115, 122 laps. Fuel window just under 90 laps, and we will have a competition caution at lap 30. It'll be Keselowski and Christopher Bell on the front row after cars drop to the rear.
And we
are ready to duel in the desert. Lynn St. James waves the green flag. We're underway.
Way down low with Brad Keselowski. That's as low as I think I've ever seen anybody, Jeff.
I mean, he must have cut about 50 feet off this racetrack at least.
Kyle Busch also way to the inside. He's going to pop up in 50.
No.
Already 3 wide going into turn 3. Very tight corner. You can see right now, nobody in that traction compound when the tires are cold, air pressures are low, and it's sat overnight with some dust and debris. These guys are going to easily creep up there, but once they get up there, it will be the dominant lane.
You're exactly right, Jeff. That traction compound takes time. You got to get it to temperature in it. Scrubbing this Goodyear rubber onto it. After a handful of laps here, you'll see it migrate to the outside as you see Denny Hamlin right here already testing the waters, right?
He and Kyle Busch just got a tickle in that traction compound. And here we go for the lead with Hamlin to the inside.
Great crossover move.
Funny thing is that Phoenix races like a short track, though it's not one.
Make that stick. Goes to the lead. Here comes his teammate Christopher Bell trying to go for second.
Very hard thing to trust, Jeff, when you're trying to figure out the grip level that's in that and if it's ready or not.
Yeah, no, you're right, Clay. You're starting to see guys up there, but nobody wants to do it on that first lap. It's nuts.
Dang it. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Right here.
Brad Keselowski cut.
He's limbo here. Going, Jeff. That's how low you can go right there.
On the road. You cannot go any lower. That is, I've never seen that. You know he's been planning that move overnight, maybe all week.
Well, I can promise you nobody was going to pass him on the bottom.
Mark Truex coming on the high side, closes the gap to third.
Eric Jones is doing pretty good. I bet on him.
Really get those right side tires up in that traction compound, and he's making it work.
No, sorry about that.
Those guys are going to have to watch their mirror. Even though we got Christopher Bell on the inside trying to make a pass and working that bottom lane, that top lane looks really strong already here early.
Now watch the 14 of Chase Briscoe on the high side there. Got it pretty hot.
Ooh, locked up the tire there.
Yeah. Got into his teammate of Cole Custer right there in the 41 car. He just got in way too hot. Those guys checked up in front of him, and he had to lock the brakes up to get into it. I don't think that was bad enough to hurt it and affect him, but certainly close call. The other thing is, when we talk about this traction compound and the grip level that it has, it's very important to understand at home just how much different it has. Once this thing comes in, it's a massive, massive difference. Literally the difference between almost driving on, a slick, wet condition to a dry condition. That's the grip level difference between these cars. And then all of a sudden we talk about the trustworthiness of it. This is where the communication and the spotter, you don't necessarily know up front where it is. That spotter communication, he's watching guys in the back and telling you everything that he's seeing.
A little bit of smoke from Anthony Alfredo back at 31st place. As we watch second, third, fourth, fifth here.
No surprise to see Denny Hamlin up front leading this race. He has run extremely strong and dominated this race at times. A couple wins under his belt, but I'm impressed with Christopher Bell, his teammate behind him. That car looks like it's got a lot of speed. He's not having to use, like we see, Mark Truex Jr., all four tires up in that traction compound, that darker area. That's what we talk about, where that extra grip is.
Now that compound will play more of a factor here than it did in yesterday's Xfinity race, because yesterday was quite